Boxing Day. We're back. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you.
Arsenal, West Ham.
I've missed it.
At the Emirates.
I've missed it. I have missed it. World Cup, great, but it ain't like the Premier League. It's not like the Arsenal and Arsenal West Ham. A nice little start, really, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
to be honest.
The thing is, mate, I was going to say to you, you've missed it, but it's easy to miss it when you're at the top. When you're near the bottom, mate, I'll be honest with you, this has rolled round too quick with me.
Well, what's happened with West Ham? Because for a couple of seasons, I've got to say, you guys were a little bit envious of the way you was playing and things like that. He was really doing well, and it's just gone off the rails this season a little bit, like, you know.
I think we've lost our way a little bit, which I think is a little bit down to the manager. But I think this is the test now, Lee. You know, we've had he's come in at tough times and he's had excuses. You know, it's not my team, blah, blah, blah. Got to this point in the season, he's done well for 2 years. And we're really struggling. And I think, this is my personal belief, this is obviously my opinion, I think that he's got to a point where the players don't believe that he can do it either. Because they look at, you know, we was a bit down to the bare bones, he's brought players in, and we haven't really changed the way we play. But you must be over the moon with Arsenal.
Listen, it's been unbelievable. I'll hold my hands up to a certain degree, you know, with Mikel. He's just turned it around. You know, you can talk about patience and all that, like, and we've had to have a lot of patience. You know, we've had some real dark days following Arsenal over the last couple of seasons, some real poor performances. But last season you could see a little bit of a lift. I know we missed out on top four in the end, but you could see that there was something there. But this season, it's just gone over expectations. I thought we'd do well this season. I actually said that I felt that we could, you know, like be runners up or something this season. People laughed at me. I didn't think Liverpool would be as poor as they've been, but in saying that, I think we've been the best team in the league. On those first 14 games, I think Arsenal have been the best team, and you know, Jesus has been fantastic. That's the worry now for me. If I'll be honest, I look at that and think, if he was playing on Boxing Day, I'd be a little bit more confident than what I would be. I've got a little bit of nerves going into this game because you just don't know what you're going to get at this moment in time with the World Cup and all that. You know, Saliba's been fantastic for us. Don't know if he's going to be playing. Even though realistically, if I'll be honest with Saliba, he's been more of a fan out there than a player. So that just shows you how good France defence is. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it, but I'm going to be nervous because I don't really know what's going to happen with Eddie. Listen, people have been saying, you know, he's not good enough. That's our own fans, you know what I mean? We need to beat you, and you know, just to keep that confidence going into if we're going to be challenging for the top. I'm not saying we're going to win, but be challenging it. It's a massive, massive game for us. Massive.
I think it's a big game for Moyes. I think we'll be okay in terms of relegation and that. I think we've just got a little bit about us to sort of stave that off. But listen, I said that 20 years ago now when we went down in 2003, and we had I think we had a better team than we do now in talented individuals.
There's no way West Ham are going to go down. Right?
Well, they said that year, mate. We went down 42 points.
I've been very, very impressed. I know, like you, and I don't know what the West Ham fans are at. I'm just saying it from a neutral look in, and I think David Moyes has done a fantastic job for the last couple of years. I know sometimes you don't want to hear that because of what's going on, but for the last couple of seasons, I'm not saying, and I think it's disrespectful to say punching above your weight because you're a big club, but you've certainly been doing better than what I expected. I thought a couple of seasons ago you probably nailed on the top four if you'd have invested in January. Didn't, and that probably cost you. But like, you know, to be challenging for top four, come on, you know what I mean? That's something that I've not.
It's unbelievable.
I've not had that from West Ham for a very, very long while. So
I know what you're saying, but you know, from the outside looking in, you can start to look a little bit unappreciative and a little bit deluded and thinking like, you know, oh well, they've been really poor and he's got them into this position. But I see the way I look at it, mate, is that sets a precedent. You know what I mean? You know that they can be that good, and you know that they can get that motivated. So if the standards start to slip, I think if you ever want to be a big club, they're the standards you've got to set for yourself. You know what I mean? Like, don't accept that, you know, we have 2 good seasons and then 10 bad. You know what I mean? But you know, I don't know. There's certain ways to do it. Maybe I am being a little bit deluded.
Well,
Maybe I'm a bit unappreciative. And I do appreciate the job that David Moyes has done.
What you're saying is, so for West Ham to go, and they need to maybe get a different manager and to kick them on, like.
But you need to break that mentality. And I think that's what Arsenal are doing. I think they're breaking that mentality. They've had this sort of 15 years of, you've seen the likes of Liverpool go above you, that even Tottenham, for the last sort of 5-6 years.
Yeah.
And they've sort of been accepting of that and thinking, well, that's just the way of the world. But I think with Arteta, it's become a different mentality. It's not good enough.
I believe, as we're recording this, it's Mikel's third year today. It's the third. He's been in charge for 3 years now, and in that 3 years, if you look at the personnel and players that we've completely changed. So you have to give the manager credit, and he has done well in that sort of time. With David Moyes, he's done that.
Oh, thank you very much, sir.
I think that one's yours, right?
That's the Fat Boy.
That's
So that
the
is
Fat
mine.
Boys one. Look at that. That is nice.
Thank you very much.
Here comes the healthy one. Look at that. Look. There you go.
Lovely. Thank you.
That's why I'm healthy. Just saying that. So
He didn't say it, but
I was just going to get
thank you, Lee.
pots and pans there. So so I think that there's been a real change with personnel with Arsenal, and even people have said to us, be careful what you wish for when Arsene Wenger went and things like that. I think that's a little bit disrespectful when people say that, because the expectations of a club like Arsenal and expectations of a club like West Ham and things like that, I'm not being biased when I say this. It's a little bit different,
Go on, mate. I'll have that tomato ketchup, please. Thank you.
I'll have that old brown sauce.
No, I do understand that, but there has to come a point from a fan's point of view where you have to. What's the word? You have to stop accepting. You can't just say, "Oh well," because for clubs like West Ham, I think it's vitally important, rather than clubs like Arsenal, that when we are in good positions in the league and we have had good seasons, Europa League semi-final last year was fantastic for us. It was fantastic. It was such a journey, and it's a shame we didn't get all the way. But I think that for us, that is the key to success.
So what you're saying is he's a victim of his own success then?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but what I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is that it was fantastic. But with a club like West Ham, to attract players, we have to build on them 2 seasons and say, look, this is what we're building. Yeah, which I think if you'd have gone out and sort of like the beginning of this season, even when he wasn't doing too well, maybe got rid of the manager and gone for a big name like maybe a Tuchel or a Pochettino or something like that to make statements. You have to, when clubs like that, you have to make statements to say, look, we are going in the right direction.
Yeah, and I get what you're saying with that, and that was the sort of thing we were saying about Arteta,
But I think with Arsenal it's a little bit differently, because I think Arsenal got the tradition behind them. They can attract names.
Yeah, but we were saying things like, we're only getting Arteta because he's a cheap option and this and that and everything like that. And when things weren't going well, that's because he hasn't got the experience. And a lot of Arsenal fans, me included, were very, very torn between wanting to do well and want someone else. And like when I look at it now, it's been, I have to say, the right decision to keep faith with him. I felt at one stage he was very, very, very lucky to stay in the job, but football is ruthless. And I hear what you're saying about Moyes. It is ruthless, but I do think that if you see how it goes this season before you make a judge on that, really,
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Let's talk a bit about the World Cup. Did you enjoy the World Cup, Lee? Be honest with me now, because we worked all through it. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did enjoy it. It was better than what I thought it was going to be, if I be honest. But I'm going to be really honest with you, Nick. I don't know how everybody feels. Should never have been played in the winter. Never.
I agree with you with that.
Never.
Do you know what? I wouldn't even be as opposed to playing it in the winter if they weren't absolutely trying to force everything into, like 8 games. I think I went to in March.
Yeah.
March, September, October.
Yeah, October, November.
8 games, mate. That's a lot of football to being played.
Same with us. We was playing in the Europa League every week. Other teams are playing in the Champions League every week. Condensed it in, even so much so that yourselves and us, we give up on the Carabao Cup. I think we did. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think we did. I just think we lost. We was doing our best to win that game.
that's where it's sport.
Club over country.
100%.
I think I'm with you there.
100%. I've always look when it comes to cricket, rugby, any other sport, England through and through. Like, but with football, Arsenal is my passion. Arsenal before anything, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been very fortunate to win trophies, supporting Arsenal and following Arsenal, like, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't give up one of them for England to win anything. Not
Is that a selfish thing?
No, I'm Arsenal through and through. For instance, it's very difficult. Every single game that Tottenham play, I want them to lose. Right? Every single game.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I want
mate.
Chelsea to win 2 games a season. I want
Against
Manchester United to win 2 games a season, like, you know, right? How can you follow and support a player from Tottenham and start tuning his name? Like, I can't do it, Nick. You know what I mean? So
I do appreciate that. I've got a little bit of a different philosophy, but I do respect your philosophy.
Yeah, and also, you get like the Spurs fans putting out tweets and all that, turning around and saying, Spurs players won the World Cup and all that, like, you know what I mean? And, you know, I know you West Ham fans say that, like, a little bit different with the England boys, but do you know what I mean? Like, the World Cup of 2018, five of them started that game, right? And then when we were winning, you've got Tottenham fans going, England not Spurs done well and all that. How can you calm?
I don't know, I suppose.
Listen, I said to you on that day, didn't I? I said, if England were going to go out of the World Cup, that's how to go out of it with him missing that penalty, like, you know what I mean? Like, I did say that.
Yeah, you did say
I
that.
did say that, you know what I mean? So, did I want them to win? Yeah, I did, like, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I'm sorry, if you're saying to me, like, England can win the World Cup or Arsenal win the Premiership, right? Or the Premier League this year, I'm going to the Premier League every day of the week. By the way, he's ruined those chips over there, Dan, hasn't he? Like,
I know, yeah, I know.
unbelievable, like, yeah, I mean, he's put a load of chilli all on his chips. Hey? He's putting me off my toast, Nick.
Is there any chance West Ham could beat Arsenal Boxing Day, Lee?
Of course there is. Of course there is. Do you know why? Because we haven't got Jesus. Honestly, I'll be really honest with you. You've got to defend well against us, frustrate us. Which Wolves did before the break, and then Jesus done a little bit of magic and we get the goal. We haven't got that now. Eddie's a different player. Eddie's more of a goal scorer than someone that's going to create. So if you defend properly, you've got players that can hurt us. You know what I mean? Like, I remember 2 seasons ago, I think we won 1-0. I think we won 1-0 and 2-0. Sorry, we won 1-0 and 2-0 on the last 2 games. But the 1-0 game, you had chances to beat us that day and didn't take, you know. So yeah, you defend well, hit us on the break, and then I think with Jesus missing, we ain't going to have that little bit of creativity. So I think the first 20 minutes are going to be vital. I think we'll come out of the blocks, and if we play and are ruthless, then I think that we'll be okay. But listen, West Ham are not to be underestimated. I know you feel like, I know you two guys are thinking, you ain't going to win this game and all that, like, but West Ham can beat anybody on their day. They've got players in the team that can do
damage. Yeah,
you've got one of the best midfield players in the Premier League. You know, we see that in the World Cup. You know, I don't think he gets the credit that he deserves. By the way,
Lee, I know listen, I'll have this argument till I'm blue in the face, but I know you're always someone that's very been supportive of Declan Rice, but I'll have arguments with, I've had an argument with Doyle, I've had an argument with Belgium in the DR Sports studio when I think he gets a little bit disrespected, but I think he will be appreciated when he leaves us, which makes me sad because I don't want him to leave us.
And that's wrong. It's wrong, I think he's a very, very good player and he's a very, very important part for England and he's a very, very good player for West Ham. Does the dirty work, Nick, which isn't appreciated by a lot of fans, you know what I mean? But breaks up play, box to box. I remember the goal. It would have been last year in the FA Cup where he was playing a non-league side and he was losing.
Yeah.
He picked up the ball from the halfway line and scored the last minute goal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've got to be, it doesn't matter who you are, you've got to be a talent to do that.
Yeah.
You can't be just a destroyer to do that. So he's got ability, you've got a couple of, I think West Ham have got some real top players in their side. I think where you're probably going a bit, Fabianski maybe just coming to the end of it now. Dawson I think is a fantastic defender, but can be got at.
Yeah, he's what's the word? His age is showing.
Yeah, I think his age is showing, which by the way is fantastic what he's done for West Ham. And up front, I just don't think you got that right yet. Where you're going to play Antonio, where you're going to play what's his one, the new fella from Italy, Scamacca, Yeah, so it's been such a while I haven't played for, but how they interact and all that, But I listen, the Continental Cup, you know what I mean? Take that, wouldn't you? And a little trophy there and a halfway finish this season.
I'll be honest with you,
move
mate.
on.
I'll take it all the day. Lee, Merry Christmas, my
Merry
friend.
Christmas to all the West
I
Ham
hope you have a
fans as well.
fucking miserable Boxing Day. But I love you, mate. Thank you so much for coming on.
No worries.
Thank you, mate.